Okay, it's been a while since I've done a video. It's because I've had quite a summer. Um, I did take a vacation out west through the Rocky Mountains with my girlfriend. It was a wonderful trip on the Rocky Mountaineer. Unfortunately, on the last day, she got COVID, and of course, 2 days later, I got it, and we had to isolate in Vancouver. We then flew back to Harmony Beach to spend a bit of time at Paul's Cottage to recover, then back to Ottawa. Then I got tragic news about my sister, so we were immediately on a plane down to Houston, Texas. And it was rather sad down there. I lost my sister to various diseases, and now I'm back in Ottawa. If my voice is a bit shaky, it's because I've still got sort of a bad cold, and Paula is still recovering from the ordeal too. So we've tested negative for COVID. We're okay, but our throat and general health is a bit impaired. So it was nice to come back and get some good news. Compass Games contacted me, and I'm working now with Brittany, cleaning up the rules to Kaiser's high seas fleet. She's found a few little things in the room and the rules that we can fix up. So the purpose of this video is to show you some of the upgraded components. It's not going to be a tutorial video, it's just an introduction. So what I'm going to be showing you then, so you'll understand exactly what you're seeing, you're going to be seeing probably the close to the final map. These are still stapled together, my rules. The counters I'll be showing you you can just see them here in the lower left, are the ones that I created. Now Newt has finished the final counters, and they are very beautiful and very nice. This is a sheet showing you what the finals will be like. I think he's done a great job. Certainly better than the counters I can make on my homemade printer. And there's the Entente powers. So in the video you'll see my counters, Newt's board, and some of Newt's player aids. So, and I'll show you the setup, explain a few of the rules, but maybe at some future time I can do another playthrough. Okay, I should mention that Compass has slated this game to come out in, I think, the second quarter of next year. So I'm certainly anticipating that. What's different then in this video compared to the one last year? Well, the main thing, of course, is the map. This is Newt's new map, and I find it quite beautiful. We have the turn record here with 6-month turns. Here's your victory point track, shaded for the Entente player and the central powers. We're going to be making a small change here, not critical to gameplay, but to be more correct. It'd be Turkey will be taken out, and Newt will replace that with Istanbul. We had missed a victory point icon here in the Western approaches. That is now corrected. Other than that, pretty well what you see is what the final map will be. Now up there at the top on the left is the British shipyard, and to the right is the German shipyard. Those will be cards that you can place your damaged ships on, because sometimes the counter clutter can get pretty significant, and it's just a handy place to put the counters. Most of the time all repairs will be taking place in Great Britain and in the German Empire. But if you happen to have repairs, let's say done in Malta, you could always just put the ships being repaired there. It's not a game rule, it's just a convention. What you see here is more or less the setup. The French ships are upside down, and the Italian ships are upside down, as are the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the Russians, to show that they cannot move on turn one. So then we've got some nice charts here, which I'll show. This will be the High Seas Fleet Central Powers Task Force chart. To keep the counter clutter down again, you can put the actual ships by squadron in their little squadron boxes, and you can use these very convenient squadron markers when you're playing on the board. Now I've made little wee wooden ones, and but that won't be in the final edition. They'll be, I think, square squadron counters oversize. I just kind of like these little wooden ones to show that they're very distinct. And of course up here, I'll move the camera here, sorry for the jitter. This is the Entente Task Force chart, where again you put them in their squadrons. And very handy, again you can use the squadron markers, all kinds. And the US have their own squadron marker too, to again keep counter clutter down. Now over on the right here, you can see sort of a whole mess of control markers that I made, and the hit markers. And I made a little wee sequence of play card for myself, but I don't think the final edition has that in it. So that's all I'm really going to show in this video, just what the Kaiser's High Seas Fleet is about. I'll say a word or two about some of the differences from the War at Sea system. I have been studying the War at Sea system all summer. I bought the Board Gamer's Guide to War at Sea, and I've been studying the game itself because I wasn't a great fan of War at Sea. I really kind of abandoned the game. I really didn't give it much attention. So I've been reading all the articles I can about it because, like a lot of people who have not tried it, I kind of said, well, it's just too luck-ridden for my tastes. But after reading all the articles by expert players in the Board Gamer's Guide, I see that there's a lot of strategy to this game, and a lot of articles have been generated as a result. I'm hoping if this game catches on, that people will find strategies that didn't come up in playtesting, because there's a lot here. There's a lot. It is the John Edwards system where you control the areas and you get points for it. Generally, if the, for example, the Central Powers player was able to hold the Dogger Bank, they would get 3 points. Since the British are expected to hold the Dogger Bank, they would get 1 point. So it's this balance of getting points, losing them, is what makes the game so interesting. Plus the random factors of, do certain powers sail and take control of areas? There's lots going on here. And of course, World War I, you've got the, like the name of the game, the Kaiser's High Seas Fleet to reckon with, which gets bigger and bigger, as does the British one. And there's the new vessels that come in on the turn track. So just a little preview to show you what's going on with High Seas Fleet, and we're anticipating its release in the second quarter of 2023. And maybe at some future time I'll do a playthrough. This is just to show you the status of the game and where it's at. Thank you for watching.